my mount has been broken, and I literally got wood screws in it. So it's working now. Got some sun yesterday with the sun. Let me flip you guys around and see what's going on here. Flippage. Way over there, we got the 988 moving some processed material coming off the belt there, and I'll walk up there afterwards. But there's a couple shorts. You guys just go on the other side of that cliff, on the back side there. I just had a huge windrow pile, and about double the size of this, and all the way over there. And I used the D8, got the D8. I did a little quick short film on that. Let me put you guys in the cup holder over here. That's repaired, which is good. And yeah, we'll hang out for a while, do a little live stream for you guys. And all I'm doing is piggybacking asphalt, so reclaimed asphalt. Been here for a long time, so we tighten it up so it's not bouncing as bad, but I'll try to keep you guys from bouncing too bad. You're on the windshield, as usual. But yeah, I finally got my mount fixed. I should have just done it a while ago. I was looking into getting a new mount, but I like this suction cup mount. Put you guys in a good view, and I can do some live streams again and do some different filming. Back to normal. But yeah, concrete pile's done. Swing around here. That was over there where that red pickup is. Kind of driving down a little further in the foreground. But concrete's gone, and we're crushing all this asphalt. They want to redesign the yard, so back at it. I got one film locked and loaded. I think it's the snow pile out back. We had another big snowstorm last week. Last Tuesday, we were stacking up all sorts of snow out back, and they bought a snow melter. Not the best time to buy a snow melter in the winter. Got it from Michigan, which is fine. I think you want to buy a snow melter in the August. Try to prepare. I understand snow melting is not a big thing as much as it used to, but maybe rent it out, pay for, get what try to get back what you paid for it. But pretty sure it was bought used, so they'll be melting that big snow pile out back. I don't think they want it hanging around too long. So even if we melt the snow pile out back, keep it for a while, and then I'm sure he'll see. I don't know what the plans are with that, but that's more of a loader situation. Although I might be going back there to do that, I don't know. But this plateau right here, we got a lot of asphalt. This is asphalt about 20 feet down. Let me walk over. I'll show you guys. Welcome to the chat. First time to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. I try to do live streams like back when I first started live streaming. I try to do it after I post a live video. 24 to 48 hours. We can chit chat about that video. But the last video I did post was last week, and it was pre-trip inspections of an operating engineer or an operator in general. Sorry if I got the shaky camera work, but you guys are on the suction cup mount. Hopefully it's not too bad. Although the iPhone 16 Pro Max might be able to take some of the shaking out. Bear with me. But yeah, now you can see the plant come to the leading edge. We are probably 45 feet in the air. I know it's hard to see from this angle, but that is a 988 cat. That's a big cat right there. Fairly new, and then there's the processing plant right below my bucket. I'll get the bucket out of the camera, out of the view of the screen. Yeah, this stuff flies through the crusher. So right center screen, you'll see the loader go up the little ramp kind of off to the side of your screen and dump in the hopper, and it goes through the crusher first, then the processor, then it processes it twice. And then you can see, I can zoom in a little bit. Let me zoom in. There you go. You can see it come off that conveyor belt, but it hits that belt first and comes through this conveyor. I think it separates, crushes it again, and then sends it down here. It's like a conveyor system inside a factory warehouse. Then it hits two conveyors, kind of jockeys it around, and then off to the big pile right here, as you can see. And she's spinning, man. She don't stop. She don't stop. Let me zoom back out. Sorry about that. Yeah, and just keep going and going and going. And what I've been doing with this leading edge, you can see the concrete where it was. That was the concrete pile. It's all vacant now. It's gone, empty. You can see the dozer in the background. I just did a short on that's a D8. That's the biggest dozer that this company carries. I haven't seen anything bigger. What a difference going from a D6 to a D8. So Helps with the pushing pile. You can see all the tracks up here from what I was doing, but like I said, I just posted a quick little short. I like the shorts. They're fast and easy, especially if I ain't got much to talk about, and it brings new people into the channel if you're into construction equipment. But I do like the live streams too, because you can interact with the subscribers, so I do that. No brain rot. You know, you guys want to talk, chit chat, ask some questions, I like that stuff too. So what's going on, Hazel? What's going on, Prescott? Welcome to the chat, man. Welcome to the channel. If you're into construction, might want to consider following this one. I got all sorts of cool shorts. I like music. I post on them, and I do live streams once a week or so. Kind of haven't done one in like 7-8 days, but I usually live stream once a week. But my mount has been broken. It's an old mount, but I like it, and it fits my Pro Max iPhone with the case, so it's hard to find a case to fit. So all I'm doing is just shaving the top of this pile with the snow, put the snow, and afterwards, once I get a massive windrow, like I'm gonna double the size of this, I'll probably stack it up about that high, and it's just gonna fatten out, and I'm gonna go all the way across. All I'll do is run it like a typewriter all the way down, and just do it again, rinse and repeat until I'm down, and then we just go down another one. It's like a simulator. Just keep digging across, and then you dig down. What's going on, Jenna? Yeah, this is asphalt. It's not rock. So it's asphalt that used to be laid down in parking lots and roadways. And what they do is rip it up. They rip it up off the ground, and then what happens is we crush it, reclaim it. It's called reclaimed asphalt, and then yeah, you can process it and use it again. You can use it for like driveway base or underneath highways. They'll put this stuff down, spread it out with a dozer, and then they'll reuse it for like any other paving project. You can reuse it. It actually part packs really good once you lay it down and dress it out with a dozer. Hello, rock, stupid. Okay. Good communication skills there. Love it. Yeah, that stacker's pretty cool. The name of it's Thor. Funny, my dog's named Thor. One of my dogs. I got 3. Yeah, I'm in a 490 Komatsu, good size excavator. Gotta have the big stuff to move big piles. We'll be here for a while. Hence why that 988 down below is feeding the crusher, feeding the plant. Said that you're just stumbling upon this live stream, welcome to the channel. This is all dedicated to construction equipment. I post a lot of videos about helping people navigate blue collar and maybe potentially getting into this industry. I have a whole playlist out there. You guys can find it on the channel. Go back to the main page of the channel. I also have another channel which when I started YouTube back in the day, I like doing mechanic work, and that's a separate channel. So that's in the description of this channel. You can find it. Automotive content. You guys are into that stuff. Repair videos. All sorts of stuff. Reviews, tools, all that stuff. That's my main channel. That's my channel I've had since 2012. YouTube for a while. It's a hobby for mine. I don't know. I say I put effort, but I don't put enough effort into it, and I should. But like I said, this is my full-time job, so I like juggle doing that. And I don't like posting stuff that is just nonsense. I'm not into that. So, you know, I don't just post stuff just to post it either. So it is what it is. YouTube has changed over the years quite a bit, actually. I like using it as like a search engine or to help people out, get information out, use it as a tool to help. This is a lot easier to move than that concrete pile, I'll tell you right now. Some people, this is ASMR too. Just watching this stuff. Should put my mic on. I don't have my mic on. It's in the Jeep. If you like construction equipment, give the live stream a like. Helps get it out there in the algorithm for people that want to see this stuff. Consider checking out the channel too if you like construction stuff. I got all sorts of cool videos. Said I like doing the live streams to interact with my subscribers too. I like construction too. I like this. Like, you can actually see the pile get bigger. You know, there's something satisfying about doing this job where you're doing something and there's progress that you can actually see. Sometimes when you're doing a job and you're working and sometimes there's no progress, you know what I mean? Like, literally this morning when I showed up to work this morning, I had a pile that stretched all the way out to the edge of that bank, and it was a little bit higher than this, but all the way across, and within, you know, half hour, 40 minutes, it's down back to what you just saw. A flat plateau, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty cool. It's rewarding to see things move and get how things are accomplished, and I don't know, I enjoy it. I've been doing it for a long time, and I'm glad I do something that I do and generally enjoy doing. A lot of people don't like what they do for work. I've been watching a lot of YouTube channels and talking about people changing their careers. I just saw this guy off of, well, it was a YouTuber that does like commentary. I like him. A little younger than me, not by much. He's got this cool hairdo anyways. Kind of looks like Sonic the Hedgehog. I wish I remembered his channel's name. I don't know, Red Leather, but that's not his name. His name's Zach, I think. But he does like commentary about people's videos that are catching traction, right? So he'll talk about people and do his own editing, and every day he posts. I really, next live stream, or I'll give him a shout out. He doesn't need it. He's well off. But anyways, he was talking about this guy that was a blue-collar electrician working at the same company for 9 years. And I've already touched base on getting laid off and how this industry works. But every industry is slightly different when it comes to blue-collar stuff. I should say trade, not industry, trade. But the poor guy, I shouldn't say poor. I think it was to his benefit that he got laid off after 9 years of dedicating himself to a company. And a lot of people are experiencing this stuff right now. Listen, have I gotten laid off in the past? Yeah, I could get laid off tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I can get laid off from this job. But being in the union is a slight different situation for me, where I kind of have an ad. I have like help behind the scenes. If I do lose work, they can kind of job place me somewhere else. I'm fortunate for that. That doesn't happen for a lot of people who get laid off working for a private company at 10 years and they just decide to lay you off. Times are different, man. Times are tough. We're in a war right now with Iraq. So, not Iraq, I'm sorry. Or whatever. I don't want to talk about political stuff, but you know what's going on in the world we're in right now. So I don't talk about political stuff or religion. So I'll stay off that subject. But the world is in a weird way right now. So, or at least this country. So not to have that ability to get, you know, have the ability to be laid off and not know what's next. And the guy was walking through the woods talking about this, and he shared a lot of information with a lot of people. And sometimes it's a reset for people, and it's good. And I enjoyed listening to that guy talk about it. And he's slightly younger than I am. I'm in my 40s. So, anyways, yeah, it's interesting to see the different avenues people take and how they deal with certain things, because there's loads of information out there on the internet, but you got to kind of weed through it and weed, you know, pick through the weeds type deal and find what works for you. This industry might not be for everybody. It's not, trust me. If it was, there'd be way more people in it, and I wouldn't have the opportunities I have. let alone all the other people. So I count my blessings. I enjoy doing what I do. I do it well. You know, at the end of the day, that's all you can really ask for. Work dries up, move on to the next one. That's my mentality anyways. I have different avenues too I can go after too. I've never stuffed all my eggs in one basket, which helps. But yeah, it was interesting watching that guy talk about that, you know, about dedicating himself 9 years to a company, and then all of a sudden they just cut ties with him. Yeah, it's hurtful. It's not a good feeling. I'll tell you right now. I get it. I've been there, but you know, once it happens enough to you, I guess. But in my atmosphere, and it's different though. And my situation is different. No hard feelings. See you later, bye. But when you work in non-union and you're in a private company, that's hard. That can hurt. That can hurt. Let alone financially. I mean, just mentality. Your mentality can take a beating, you know? So. Yeah, that guy, he does some pretty cool stuff. Finds people's videos like that, shares them, and gets them out to the public. I like it. I think he does a really good service for people trying to get out there and talk about daily stuff. And I forget the guy. Why do I not remember his name? His channel. It's a great channel. So we're almost done on this section. I go as far as I can reach with the stick, but not too far. I don't want to bottom out the pistons. It's not good for the machine. But like you can see, like I reach as far as I can to the face of that wall. So right now that stick is, what do you got, 10, 20, 30, 40 feet, and then plus the stick, we're probably talking, yeah, probably 60 feet. No, I take that back. That's not 60 feet. What am I talking about? That's probably 40 feet, all of 40 feet together, maybe. The boom and the stick. So I just drag it forward and stack it up. You can see it's already doubled in size. And then what I'll do is move over and I'll just start doing it again. And then once it's full, switch over to the dozer. I could piggyback it again, but the dozer's a lot simpler. Once you get a pile like this, just start cutting it down. It goes fairly quick. Sorry about that. Phone call. Yeah, I had a phone call. Yeah, I do my lives on a phone. Obviously, like 99% of people. Key thing too is to keep this thing level. That way your machine's level. Especially when you're trying to like dig like trenches and put something like this, it's not a big deal. I still like to be level though. But if you're digging trenches and putting in especially trench work, that's number one. You got to be level. Doing stockpile stuff like that, this is just this. I can literally, I mean, if I had enough battery, I could live stream all day. But actually, I wonder if my cord would reach to keep it charged. I mean, I probably could just switch you on this side of the screen. Let me just do that. Here. That way I can plug it in. Hopefully the mic is still working. There. Oh, you're just on the left side of the windshield. you guys still hear me? Because I had that phone call. Sometimes that interrupts the microphone. If anybody can just leave a comment that they can hear me or a thumbs up. You don't have to communicate if you don't want to. But if you can hear me, leave a thumbs up. Just to make sure the mic's still working. If not, I'll just shut it down and reset it. Make sure the audio is still working. My clock is still ticking, which is good, so. Yeah, but that stuff, man, once they, you know, like you see the conveyor in the distance, man, that stuff's worth good money, man, once they can process it. And there's the concrete. Now I got you swung not this way. That was, you know, we had live streams a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago, if you go back or just look at my shorts. I have a few videos. That pile turned from concrete, literal concrete slabs, and turned into that stuff, the crushed concrete. That stuff is, they can probably sell that for, I don't know, $50 a ton. I don't know what they sell it for, but that's that stuff is nice. Same thing with this asphalt. All this stuff from like old parking lots and stuff like that, you know? Look at it. Looks like crap, but once it processes, you can see the pile way in the back where the conveyor belt is. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Black gold. I don't know, what do you want to call it? We call snow out here white gold. Yeah, just take down the face. This 490 munches right through this pile. It's a nice, strong machine. How many hours on this one? Yeah, 14,000 hours. She's put some work in. Yeah, this stuff flies through that processing plant. Nothing like the concrete. I mean, I think they did, what'd they say? Eddie, the operator down below, he was saying that to one of the other guys here in the yard, I think they did 36,000 ton. I don't know. I could be wrong. I heard 36. I'm assuming 36,000. It's got to be 36 ton. 36 ton. 36 ton of material that they put through that processing plant in like less than 8 hours. It's pretty impressive. They're saying more snow tonight, or like icy rain snow mix. I'm over winter, man. New England got hammered this year. We got slammed with winter. It was 54 degrees yesterday up here, or wherever you guys live. I don't know where. People watch us all around the world. So 55 degrees in New England, and it melted a lot of snow, thank God. But now we're just getting more snow. Like, dude, I'm over this. It's supposed to be 60 degrees by the weekend. Today is Thursday. What time is it? 10:12? 10:12 Eastern Standard Time. Still trying to think of that channel, that guy's name. Yeah, he posts every day. It's his full-time job. It's funny, we moved over 15, 20 feet, and it's like a whole different type of material. Slightly cleaner, actually, to be honest with you. The other stuff had a lot of dirt in it, but it doesn't really matter. That's a good chunk. Anybody in the chat from a different part of the world? I'm in the United States. I wonder what other like countries do with asphalt. Like if they rip it up, I'm assuming they must recycle it like we do around here because it's still good material. But the problem is you got to process it. It costs money to process this stuff, you know. And then you got to have a place to stockpile it. There's a lot to it. So this pile is massive. I don't know how long it's been here. It's quite a while. I'm not even going to put a time frame on it, but I know it's been here for quite some time. To accumulate this much asphalt, and we call it, RAP, reclaimed asphalt. And then you got the conveyor system. Yep, for sure. If there's anyone that hasn't been, we've been, almost a half hour. If anybody wants to see the processing plant, I can take a walk to the edge of the leading edge of the lift, and I can show you the plant. Let me know. Give you guys a different view. But yeah, we're just moving material, boy. It's monotonous, but gotta do it. Gotta do it. Again, if you enjoy doing this stuff, it's not work. I feel bad for people that get stuck in jobs that they hate. I really do. When I was a kid, I discovered that I enjoyed this quite a bit. Flip you guys around so you can see the cab. I don't know if the mount will let me do that. Yeah, I know it's cloudy out, but I always wear my sunglasses. Bad habit. I take it back. That's not a bad habit. You always want to have sunglasses on. It's good for keep your eyes protected. I still can't believe we're getting more snow. That aggravates me a little bit, but nothing we can do about it. Kind of boring watching me. You guys want to see the action. Scoot forward. There you go. There's the conveyor. Look at that thing. So that's what it turns into. Pebbles. Pebbles. So everything that you see here will go through that processing plant and turn into, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Like I said, black gold. What do you got? Mendez, what's up? Welcome to the chat, my man. Welcome to the channel. First time to the channel. If you like construction, might be the place to be. Would you ask, how much do you make per hour? Well, geez, isn't that a question that I get a lot? How much do you make an hour? What do you do for a living? All my wage scale is all online. You can find it. Just go to Operating Engineers, International Union of Operating Engineers. You can find it. It's all public knowledge. I'm in a union, so it's all public knowledge. Are you mining coal? No, it looks like coal though. Good question. No, not coal, my friend. This is actually asphalt that was ripped up from parking lots, highways, and all that stuff. So this is all asphalt. And you can see, I'll walk forward since you're communicating. Appreciate you chiming in, my man. Or female, I'm not sure by the name. But yeah, we are processing. I can walk to the leading edge for you guys. Like I said, I've been doing the live stream for a half hour anyway, so you guys can check this out real quick again. I did it in the beginning of the stream. I'll do it now for you guys too. I'll do it at the end of the stream too when I wrap it up. I probably do about an hour. We'll see how many people pop in and come by. Sorry if you're bouncing around too much. But here's the processing plant. We're currently sitting, I don't know, we got to be 45 feet in the air, 50 feet in the air. This leading edge here, right at the bottom of your screen. But yeah, that's the processing plant. So there's a 988 loader down there running around. He goes up the ramp, goes into the hopper. There's an operator sitting in that glass cab right there watching the conveyor belt system. And I'll zoom in a little bit. You can see it gets processed. It comes, so the left-hand side of your screen, or the right, my left, it goes up into the first conveyor, goes into the magnet. There's a magnet that is sweeping any metal that comes out, heads up this conveyor to like 4-inch minus, goes across this vibratory screen right here, and then it goes into this processor, drops down, and minuses all the way down to like finished process. There's a brand new skid down below, comes out that conveyor, drops down, and hits the conveyor system almost like a factory making cornflakes. And then goes up to the main conveyor. And then there's your pile of reclaimed asphalt right there. And then there's Eddie down there. Big old 988K. Nice loader. And then I'm over here. This pile started right about here, roughly, when we started this process. Right about the edge of my teeth. So this pile went all the way back. I am quite a ways away. We process this stuff real fast. Well, I should say they do. I'm just keeping that loader fed, basically. So that pile, 15 feet, and I'll make a windrow all the way across to about here, right about there, and then I'll jump in the D8 parked over there, and then I'll push it over the edge, keep it nice and loose for the loader, so the loader can keep feeding that plant non-stop. Continuous, non-stop, all moving, everyone moving. Will AI appraise you guys in the future? So, good question, my guy. Good question. No. Can we run this stuff remotely? Yeah. There's videos online that you can find guys running dozers from like a simulator. I don't know. There's a lot of guys that run those simulators on YouTube. I actually like a couple of them. They're pretty cool. And they give you a rough idea how to do this. Get you guys centered back in the screen here so you can see the bucket. You can run them remotely, but AI, will tell you one thing about AI, and I actually have a video, long form video, it's in a playlist about blue collar work, that AI is a long time from us taking this job. And how I can explain that to you, there's human error, I get that, and AI is going to be good for a lot of things. Computer programming, banking. We're already seeing it. We're already seeing it firsthand. But when it comes to running heavy equipment, there's a human aspect of this that this AI cannot predict things that will go wrong in an instant. I mean, a split second where you need to make a decision on something that AI cannot predict. That's my opinion, and I think that's a consensus across the field, and that's why blue collar trades, we're talking electric, plumbing, heating, air conditioning, ironworking, You ain't gonna get an AI robot up in the sky putting beams together for a building. And it's hard pressed to get a robot to sit in this machine and delegate when it's time to put more pressure down in a bucket or continue to sweep on a certain angle or push amount of material without messing something up. So my personal opinion, again, my opinion only, AI will never take over this industry. It just can't. Again, there's remote operations. I can see that. Keep the safety of an operator out of like a mine shaft or something, running a small loader, mining out precious material, whether it's the material that we all use a cell phone for. Don't let anyone fool you. All the precious metals inside your cell phone that you're watching this right now, or your television, probably 99% of you guys are on a cell phone right now. That's all mined. Very crudely, by the way. It's all mined out of like iridium and platinum and all the other precious metals. So that's all done by humans, believe it or not. Look that up. But anyways, yeah, good question, my man. I don't think AI is ever coming for my job, at least in my generation. Not in the next 20, 30 years. I mean, I would like to think it wouldn't, and I don't think it will with other trades. I think the blue collar trade is something to look into. If people are lost, young people, 18, 19, 20, 21, young people, you guys are lost and don't know what to do with your life, and maybe you're not a live streamer. I know everybody wants to be famous and everybody wants to make money off YouTube, but in reality, this is my second channel. I'm never gonna monetize this. This channel's not monetized. I say I'll never. I mean, listen, for the effort that people put into their channels, I'm not talking junk channels. I'm not talking channels that just live stream to try to get people to like their stuff. You do what you want to do. I don't care. It's your life. But I use YouTube as a tool. Always have. I've been on YouTube since 2012. I'm old. And in the description of this channel, you can see my main channel. Do a lot of automotive content. Actually, back in the day, I used to have a lot of construction mixed in, but I separated it. YouTube, I think it was AI, honestly, reached out to me via email talking about, maybe potentially doing a second channel. And I reached out to other people too, other YouTubers. And it's nice to separate the genre. And I actually, in reality, I should have done it a long time ago, because people that like construction might not like automotive, but I like all that stuff. I like all that stuff. So I follow channels that are automotive and construction. But anyways, so I separated my accounts, and I think it's been good for me. I like it. I'm not making any money on my construction channel because it's not monetized, and I left all my construction videos right here for you guys or anybody that wants to see it. My automotive content channel is monetized. It's been monetized for a long time. And any revenue stream that I get from that channel goes right back into it. I'm actually currently building a Project Ranger. I got a 5.3 liter LS style engine, which is running. Just got a tachometer for it. I'm gonna be putting it in the Ford Ranger soon. Waiting on a torque converter. Money, it takes money, man. This stuff ain't cheap. None of this is cheap. But I think some people chase YouTube for the wrong reasons. It's not about the money. If you generally enjoy YouTube, you do it because you like it. I like it. It's a hobby. Am I in the United States? Yes, sir. I'm in the United States. USA. Good old USA. Now, some people might not think that, but there's a couple things I don't talk about on either of my channel. I don't talk about politics, and I don't talk about religion. I just don't do that stuff. It's not healthy. But yes, I am in the United States. I'm not saying it's not healthy. I just choose not to. Oh, very nice, my man. South Africa. That's awesome. Do you run heavy equipment down there, bud? The furthest I've been was Antigua, but that's nowhere close to you. Antigua's like in the Caribbean islands. I went there. There's a lot of places in the United States I've never traveled to. I want to travel. Once I get a little older, I can't travel now. I've got too many bills. It's the one thing. I love the United States, but boy, you want to live here, boy, you better contribute to this country. I got no problem with it though. It is what it is. Gotta pay your fair share. Yeah, never been to South Africa. Nope. Nope. I'm a property. What is it? Trader? Proprietary trader. What is that? Can you elaborate on that? What is that exactly, my friend? I've never heard that word before. Or maybe I'm reading it wrong. Can you give me a definition of what you do for a living? You don't have to. Remember, you're on a live stream, so you don't have to get personal. But that's cool, though. Sounds like a very interesting thing. I got the mechanic coming over to talk to me. Pellegrino! He's a good dude. Let me tell you something. How'd you make out? Don't worry about you. Let me ask you something.
What's up with this bulldozer? No good? What's wrong?
Which one? The 6?
Yeah.
The seat's no good.
That's it?
That's it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I check everything, I put hydraulic oil, they're gonna send someplace. I don't get bothered.
I know, John said that, yeah. I know, that works just fine. They tighten the tracks up, Mike tightened the tracks up, so that's good. It just needs a seat.
What did John doesn't know that.
No, John called me. He was letting me know that they're sending it out. I know that. I know. I know. Okay.
Fixing machine.
Okay.
I was right.
Where's the broken wire? I knew it.
You don't know shit.
I told you. I told you.
You told me actually.
I did. I did tell you about the
seat.
seat.
Sit up and down?
Yeah. See? I did this all the way down.
Sit up and down.
Yeah. Wiring. Yeah. I love it.
Soon as say that, do you know how it started? Do you know? I found this problem before too.
Yeah, I bet.
Not to make same identical plate. Machine a 490. I know which one is actually.
This is a 490.
Machine, I know which one it was. We got so many.
I know.
They would do 2 shifts. So the night shift, the machine was down all the time.
Right.
The daytime, the machine was good. Different guy.
Right. Right.
So the mechanic from here, he said, I think the fucking guy doesn't want to work nighttime.
Bye, Pellegrino. Sorry, I had to mute you guys. We were chit-chatting. I don't know if you're still here. I trade different currency for companies for profit. Oh, very nice. 80-20 split. What's your job title and your job description? Just heavy equipment operator, my man, if you're still in the chat. You might not still be here. Apologize for the mute. That's a different type of job. That's pretty cool. Nope, not a front end loader. We're in a excavator. To answer your question, sorry, I just saw that, Josh. I don't know if you're still here. Oh, all right. You guys can still hear me too. Yep. Yeah, just a heavy equipment operator. So this is an international. Well, not this company. This company is a dirt company I'm working for, but I'm part of a union. I don't know if South Africa has unions, but it's definitely an American thing. Union, and I'm part of that. It's an international operating engineers, so I'm part of that union. Actually, Pellegrino was too, the mechanic here. He's a good dude, and he fixes all these machines. The guy's a wizard, man. The guy is a wizard. He knows everything and anything to do with Komatsu. Wizard. So yeah, I'm part of that big group of people. I don't know how many members the whole international has, but just our union hall has over 5,000 active members. So you can only imagine across the country and across the world. So it's got to be over 100,000 probably of us, maybe even more, 150,000. I could be totally wrong, but yeah, we do all sorts of engineering, machinery work. From cranes to excavators to loaders to dozers to elevators to, I mean, all sorts of facets of heavy machinery. I would try to live stream in the dozer, but I think that mountain would be bouncing every which way. So I might not do that. I just did a quick short though. If you guys go back on the channel, go to the main channel, go to the page, you'll see it. I just posted it probably 2 hours ago. And keep it charged up. There. Yeah, this morning I grabbed that dozer, and I'm glad I grabbed it. I'm glad I grabbed the 8, the bigger dozer. I think they're shipping. That's what Pellegrino was talking to me about they're shipping that D6 out to Kingston. Is another job we have. the machine's fine. I just wanted the bigger machine and more power. But the seat is so, it's just like a suspension in a car. So seats in machines have air ride or a spring tension, like a big spring seat. It's like a scissors really more than a spring, so it's kind of hard to explain. You'd have to see it. But anyway, it's a suspension system on the seat, so your back doesn't completely get destroyed and your vertebrae. But you know, because we sit down for a living, and like that's the air ride right now. You can hear. Sorry if it's loud, but that dozer, that D6 Caterpillar, the seat had no suspension, and running this rock or asphalt, bouncing around, it can be painful at the end of the day, man. Not to be Sally about it, but yeah. So I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm good. You know, you want me to do something? Let's do it right. Do it once. Let's do it with a better dozer that has suspension and can actually push material. Not trying to be a speed demon, but at least if you have a bigger dozer, you can push more material and it just speeds up the process a little bit. Again, you can only feed the processing plant as quick as you can, so that's all based on that. But it's nice to keep that leading edge pretty close to the plant, so that loader doesn't have to travel so far. Yeah, good question. Your question is, this job seems like it's not too safe. Have you ever had any close calls? Absolutely. Absolutely. And there goes back to that AI question, you know? I would say if AI took over this, there'd be way more industrial accidents. But yeah, so listen, experience comes with experience, right? You're not going to go day trading the first day and think you're the best day trader on the stock market, right? So it comes with experience. And the only way to get experience is get seat time. And go to school. You go to schooling. We have apprentice programs in the United States. We have schooling. You can pay basically like go to college and learn how to run these things and get the skills. But realistically, in order to get skills to keep yourself safe, you got to get time in the seat. And yes, it can be dangerous. I've had many close calls, and any operator that says they haven't are lying to you. But yeah, man, you got to be a professional about this, you know. I've had some cases where I've worked for certain people, and I've documented all my years, even before YouTube. I've loved to take pictures and stuff, even back with the old flip phones, and I'd get my, I'd get some looks like, "What are you doing? Why are you taking pictures?" It's memories for me. I like this stuff. I like looking back and documenting what I've done, and you know. Anyways, it could be unsafe too to do this, but listen. I've been running heavy equipment since I was 16 years old. I am 42, so you do the math. Doing this a long time. Yes, this job can be very dangerous. People do die. Yeah, it's sad. It really is. Complacency is a big word, man. It's really not a big word, but it's a word that our industry doesn't say it enough. When you get complacent, you got to pay attention. Yeah, I'm chit-chatting with you guys, but I don't got that phone in my hand. I'm on the controls right now, chatting with people, sharing knowledge. Again, tools. I use YouTube as a tool, but yeah. You know, there's a time and place to film, as far as I'm concerned. I'm by myself. I got no one around me. I'm not loading trucks. But even if I was loading trucks, I could still film. But I'm just, you know, get in the zone. Pay attention to what you're doing. It takes time. Yeah, Pellegrino was down there. That's not even half the equipment we have in the distance. Zoom in a little bit. But there's backhoes, dozers, and stuff like that. He was down there fixing the that one right there, the last one in line, 390, had an issue with the electrical. But yeah, he's got that squared away now. What was that, Mendez? Yeah, I can imagine. Yes, absolutely, dude. I've been doing this a long time. Again, I love what I do, so that's a big thing. A lot of people, you know, there's a lot of people that hold themselves back in life because they're unhappy what they do with their job. But generally speaking, I'm very, I enjoy doing this. Like, I enjoy running heavy equipment. Hence why I like talking about it, and I share my content with these guys. I share my content with the world. I generally enjoy running heavy equipment. Some guys that they like, you know, this is a job and I don't get paid enough. Well, make moves, man. Make moves. Stop being afraid. Make a move and do your thing. You want to go work for yourself? Go do that too, man. I got no complaints with people that want to work for themselves. I've thought about it many times. I think about it all the time. A lot of overhead, though. If I hit the lottery, I'd probably do it. I generally like working, so. Again, I'm from a different generation, though. I'm not saying the 20-something-year-olds don't want to work, but I don't know. There's some of them. There is some of them that generally want to work and you know, and then, you know, have some type of purpose. Have a purpose, man. Well, another good question. Very good question. What are the hours like? That was the question. So typically in the United States, we do a 40-hour work week. Most people will laugh at a 40-hour work week. Being in the union, 40-hour work week is a living wage. It's not bad. Overtime is great. Being in the union, some aspects like this aspect of this job, what I'm doing, no overtime. It's pointless. We're just processing material. There's no rush. There's no timeline. Unless they're trying to get rid of that plant on rental, that could be a timeline. Yeah, there's a deadline. You want to get this done. You want to get it done in 5 months or whatever. But generally speaking, overtime for a process like this is not existent. Now, if you're on different scopes of work, working on the highway, working on a bridge, working on tunnels, yeah, there's deadlines to be met, and they'll pay the premium time. But when you get into overtime in the industry I'm in, you're talking premium money, premium bucks, over $100 an hour to do that on overtime. So a lot of companies aren't going to foot that bill unless it's coming from a different source of income, whether that's the general contractor going to put the bill up. But generally speaking, we don't get a lot of overtime. Now, speaking about non-union, yeah, you're going to work 50, 60 hours a week. You want to make some money. You want to make, you know, $1,200, $1,300 a week. You got to put in 50 hours a week. That's just part of the game. That's what you got to do. You got to do. But generally speaking, in the situation I am, I do 40 hours. Usually have my weekends off, and I can't complain. Good question. We're already an hour in. I'll keep going. I don't care. Yeah, 60. Yeah, already an hour into the live stream. It's weird how people like bounce in and out. I had like 30 people in here at one time. I'm a bait. This channel's on infancy mode. It's still crawling in diapers. So I understand that too, so it doesn't bother me. Gonna move over. Snow's still coming in. Snow loads, that's what we do here in America. Truck snow out of the cities. I'm trying to get them to the leading edge. So it's asphalt, but it does look like rock. You're right. There's aggregate in it, but it's asphalt. Big pile of asphalt. So I'm trying to get it, this pile, as he cuts into it, I'll bring it to the edge again. Take you out of the mountain so you can see what I'm talking about. So this I'm walking on is all asphalt. All of this. take you out. So all this right here is all asphalt. Like I can dig into it. So what I'm trying to do to help the loader out, come to the edge over here. Trying to get it down there for him. And I'm trying to keep that edge as close as I can for the loader guy down there. So he's just gonna keep eating and eating and eating into this bank. You can see how far back he is over there. And then that edge just kind of jockeys out and, you know, no rhyme or reason, but yeah. And then it gets processed. So I'm like, it sounds kind of weird, but you got to move it a bunch of times to get it where you need to be. Because from there, that's another 50 feet. And then back there, this pile's massive. So that's what we're doing. So what I'll do is just make a big bunch of stockpile, stack it up just like that. I'll do another row right here. And then I'll jump in that dozer back there. That dozer, I'll just end up pushing. I'll just start right there. Well, you know, wherever I stop the big pile. And then I just push that. Yep, push it over the edge. Push it right over the cliff. And then the loader guy can grab it and then put it right in the hopper, which is right there. And the little guy is controlling the whole system. And that's the final conveyor belt. And that's the stuff. Look at it. I don't know what they sell per yard, but man, that's the stuff it turns into. Look at the little mountains. It's a massive pile. That's from last time they crushed. That's been there for a while. But like starting right there is all new. Yep. Put you guys back on the mount. Good question. I wish I can like thumbs that up. I can't. Another good question. Man, you got some good ones, man. You're keeping the live stream going, my friend. So the question was, can you operate all those machines, or you specifically taught these two? I can run, obviously this machine I'm in, that dozer. I can run that telehandler right there. That's a forklift, but it's called a telehandler. I've been trained on that. I've been trained on rubber tire backhoe. I know how to run great alls. I wonder if I can zoom in and see them things all. Yeah, so those things right there, those great alls. Rock truck, I can run that. There's a loader, run the loader. There's a rubber tire backhoe. They have a rubber tire excavator. It's kind of hidden back there, but it's got tires just like that. I can run that. I can run great alls. I've never run a grader, and I can run cranes. There's a couple cranes in the background. So I'm like a Swiss Army knife. What I've taught myself over at least 25 years of running equipment. And my theory is, you know, I'm really good at an excavator, I'm really good on a dozer, I'm really good on a loader. So what happens is you end up doing this for so many years, you end up trying out different things. Like a crane, I don't have a lot of hours in a crane. I'm not a very good crane operator. It's very slow, it's tedious, it's very calculated. You got to know your angles, you got to know your load charts, you got to know how much boom you got, how much rigging. There's a lot to being a crane operator. What happens is usually a guy that runs a crane stays with a crane. I got broken in as a dirt guy, so I just honed a lot of my skills to doing dirt work. This is considered dirt work. But anyways, yeah, so I've just learned how to run basically everything in the dirt world. And in order to keep yourself employed, I felt back before I got in the union, you know, in the private sector, that learning these things made you more valuable, and they do. And it actually speaks volume in the union, learning that I know all these skills before I came here. It makes me much more valuable to companies to keep me going. So, another wonderful question. You know what? This is in the baby stages. You seem like a cool cat. I am going to add you, my friend, and I'm going to put you as a standard moderator, my friend. You earned it, bro. All the questions and answering. So hopefully you stay good. If you come back in live streams, you can help me out, monitor what people are doing in here. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate the interaction. South Africa is cool. I bet your temp. What's your Mendez? What's your temperature right now? We're jockeying on 38 degrees here in New England. You look on the map of the United States. I'm way up north, like near Canada. Canada, eh? South Africa, man. You must be nice and warm. You're down below the equator, I think. I just made you moderator, guy. Appreciate all the interaction. I need some water. I've been talking too much. Yeah, but that doze is a lot of fun. For anybody checking out the channel now, welcome to the channel. This is Dirty Dirt Garage, DDG as I like to call it, in the live streams. If you're into construction equipment at all, in any facets of it, or just watching some cool videos of stuff, you found a good channel that you might be interested in subscribing to. Not telling you to do it, but if you like construction, yeah, consider checking it out. And if you like what you see, hit the bell. Big machines in the building, absolutely. Welcome to the chat. What's up? We've been live streaming now for almost 70 minutes. Holy moly! We're in a 490 Komatsu, moving asphalt for the asphalt plant, reclaim plant. We're on the big mountain. Oh, absolutely, Mendez. Appreciate it, buddy. 21 degrees Celsius. I got to figure out that in Fahrenheit down here. Not such a hot day. Yeah, man. Yeah, you're cool. Hang out, man. Yeah, when you do lives, it just helps keep this channel still, like I said, in diapers. It's crawling, and I like it that way. I don't do man, I've watched some of these new live streamers, boy. It's a different world in the live stream game. I have never done that stuff. I don't do that stuff. If you interact with me, I'll interact with you. 70 degrees. Thank you for that. Yeah, much better than 38 degrees. As you can tell, there's still snow in the background. But yeah, I don't do that type of live stream, man. I'm real, bro. I just shoot from the hip, and I'm not into that brain rot stuff, as my kids call it. You know, I generally would rather grow my channel on a snail's pace than try to get people that are not interested in it by just doing clicks. I'm not into it. I never was into it on my main channel. Again, my main channel's in a link in the description of this channel. You can find that. Gasoline Garage if you're into automotive content. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's what we like to do. What would you say? How's the machine claw work? So we got a bucket, not a claw. This is just an excavator, a simple excavator. It's got a stick and a boom. And yeah, we got like a 48-inch wide bucket with teeth. Those are shanks and teeth. Let me get you a little more centered so you guys can see the bucket better. And all I'm doing is scooping up asphalt that used to be laid down on roads, highways, and bridges and all that stuff, parking lots. And we're running it through a processing plant to make reclaimed asphalt for projects that can use this as base. Basically like road base. You can see it in the distance. I'll spin right now. You can see the pile of material I'm making. But that pile in the distance, I'll zoom in a little bit. That's the stuff it processes too. I don't know, I'm calling it black gold. That stuff will sell really well. I don't know, $55 a ton, could be even more. I don't even know what the rate is anymore to buy that stuff and sell it and ship it out. But I know it costs a lot of money to process it. I know that much. But anyways, yeah, that's what we're doing up here. Big pile of asphalt. So basically, once I get this big windrow, that's what I call it, a big pile, which is growing substantially, I'll jump in the dozer. I just made a short. If you go back and check it out on the channel, got a D8 sitting back there. Good size loader. They make two more bigger, a D8 and a D11, but the D8's plenty. That's plenty big enough. And that's the dozer I'll just end up pushing this over with. There you can see it's definitely like, if you can see the asphalt. Yep. That was pretty laid in pretty thick. That's like 6 inches, 6 inches. at least 6 inches on that material. What's the question there? Broomer. Can't you just run everything with a grader or something like a big grader? Well, a grader is designed to actually grade out roads. So there's different types of machines. So this is an excavator, a tracked excavator, so it's got tracks underneath it. And then you have a loader, a payloader, which is there's one down below, right there. Actually, is right there. There's a loader right there in your screen. Oh, let me come back. That's a loader. So that's got a big bucket on it. That's not a grader. So a grader would be like something you would see on a roadway with a big blade, and it's usually got 6 axles. So now a grade all is similar to an excavator. It's got a straight boom and it telescopes in and out. So no, a grader would be due to like grade a road before it needs to be paved. So you'd want to use this machine. Basically what we're doing here, to dig into a pile that's been sitting for so long, you need something to break that material up. Like ahead of me, that pile, I'll go walk to it right now once I level out this, but you need something to break into it. A grader would not work up here. Now, if a grader wanted to grade that slope out, that would be what you want to use. The dozer is meant to grade as well. You can run that bulldozer as to grade a road as well. Actually, that dozer earlier this morning is what made this plateau nice and flat. I had a huge pile of this stuff right here. I had a massive pile. It's kind of like rinse and repeat. It's a lot. It is a lot of rinse and repeat with construction, but it's just all your personality. If you enjoy doing this stuff, that's what it is. But I guess if you look at it in any other job, every job is rinse and repeat, realistically. So. I don't know if I'm zoomed out all the way. Oops, sorry for the finger. Yeah, I am. Glad my mount's holding up. I fixed it last night. That's why I haven't live streamed in like 10 days. Because I can't live stream. I can't live stream and run equipment at the same time without a mount. It just doesn't work. Huh. You actually saw some parking light lines on that one. I saw some yellow paint from the parking lot. Man, there's still a lot of snow. Loads of friggin' snow still. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll come back and level this all out a little bit. And then that way I can get the dozer behind this pile and just start shaving the pile. Just start shaving it back. Time's at 11. Yeah, I'll probably do that at the end of the day. But, yeah. Probably do the live stream for another 10 minutes, guys. We've already been going for 77 minutes, which is probably my longest live stream, but this live stream is very interactive, so that's what keeps it going, you know. What was that, Mendez? What'd you say? Where does the asphalt come from through, or is it just at the top of every mountain? No. So this was all placed here by trucks. We don't have mountains of asphalt. We create them. So all this stuff was shipped in here over years. I'm talking years. This pile's got to be at least 5 years old. So it's been sitting here, and it accumulates over time from different aspects of jobs and, you know, job sites and highway projects and parking lots and you name it, all sorts of infrastructure, because that's you know, the main. Everything, all the roadways in the United States are paved with asphalt, all of them. Some have concrete, but a lot have asphalt. Anyways, so this is accrued over time. This pile is massive. I mean, massive. Just as much as that one in the background that just swung by, that concrete. That was another pile that we processed. You got to go back and look. There's videos on the channel of the concrete. But anyways, yeah, this is just years of accumulation. So you guys basically, Yes, I will tell you one thing. A lot of people get it twisted with United States, but we do recycle. We recycle more than they give us credit for. Yeah, this stuff is still valuable because you think the asphalt plant put it together. So there's 3/4 inch stone in there. There's a chemical of tar, which it's not bad like it used to be back in the day. And then asphalt is created like that with aggregate, tar, and I'm sure there's other chemicals involved in it. But yes, this is valuable, but it costs money to process, and not a lot of people do that. So, but that's what we're doing. Now you can see the conveyor right below my bucket. You know, you can see it in the background. Was that? Yeah. So we recycle. Isn't it like a skid loader the best machine? I mean, the biggest. Well, no, that loader over there is one of the biggest loaders around, 988, at least not for mining. If you were in a mining atmosphere, there's massive machines. Just go to Google and look it up. They have massive loaders. Skid steers are usually minis. Skid loader is like a smaller Bobcat. So a payloader, that's the right name for it, but everyone calls it a loader. That's the machine. Yeah, you could do this with a loader, but it would take you much longer. You know what I mean? But although that loader could just work off the face of this pile and drive right to the edge of the lift. So I guess there is another process. There's all sorts of different processes, but you know, this is the way they want to do it, and that's the way I'm doing it. So could you do this with a loader? Sure, you could. Scrapers. Yeah, you know what? Up in New England, bud, I'm not sure what part of the country you're in, if you're in the United States or another part of the world, but scrapers up here in New England, they're far and few between because we have too many mountains. We don't have a lot of flat ground around here, to be honest with you, in New England. We have the White Mountains, we have the Acadian National Park that runs through it, up in Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, the Berkshires. Yeah, there's not a lot of flat ground in New Hampshire. We got a lot of, or in New Hampshire, Mass, or anywhere in New England. So scrapers are more like flat, man. They're like, you know, I'm sure there is scrapers out there. I just never ran one, never seen one out this neck of the woods. As long as I've been here, we don't mess with the scrapers too much. So we do a lot of dozer work, yeah, grader, but yeah, not so much scrapers, man. I've seen them online. They're pretty cool. They're the belly scrapers. They can move some dirt, boy. I've seen them. They're cool. Although we did have a project up in New Hampshire. There's a huge clear-cut field that they did use some scrapers up there. I wasn't part of that project, but I heard about it. Yeah, so. Look at the layer. It looks like a cake. I love it. So you got asphalt. So there's this old snowstorm right there. Look at it. Looks like an Oreo cookie. I'm hungry. God damn it. I appreciate the sub, man. Yeah, this is no nonsense channel, dude. I like sharing knowledge. I tell a lot of my subscribers, I tell people in the live streams, I use YouTube as a tool. Information, bro. You know, information is key. You gotta fill your mind with it. Nonsense with the brain rot. My kids talk to me about it. It's bad, man. I know. You know, listen, you do what you want to do. It's your life, but I like sharing information, dude. I'm all about it. I like helping people out. Even though you know, like some people look at it differently too. Like, why do you want to help people out? I don't know, man. Maybe it feels good for some people. It's like gift giving, you know. Some people like to give gifts and not receive it. I think I'm kind of like that type of person when it comes to like sharing information. But I don't share stuff I don't know about. Like I'll admit when I don't know something, man. I don't know a lot. I know a lot about some things, but there's some things I had no clue about. I stay in my lane. Insulation. Yeah, Oreo. Cookies and cream ice cream. Insulation, dude. Snow's insulator. Snow takes a long time to melt, man. Snow is an insulator. We got a snow pile out back. Go check out my channel and my shorts guy. It's got to be 55 feet in the air, dude. I got a big snow pile. It's the snow dump in the back, way back, in this big pit. I mean, it's a huge pit I'm located in here in New England. But anyways, that snow ain't gonna melt until August, and we're in March. Guarantee it. It's gonna take forever to melt. Snow's a good insulator. That's why back in the day they used to build igloos. Go inside the igloo, it's 50 degrees warmer out inside an igloo than outside. Yeah, snow is a great conductor for insulation value, believe it or not. So it takes a while to melt. And I've worked up here in New England my whole life, and I've seen snow and frost in the ground in May and June. I've seen snow piles, or like we strip loom or something, topsoil. You know, you grow grass out of it. We call it loom here in New England. But I've stripped loom, piled it up in January. Snow gets mixed up into the dirt, and in August you can still find the snow. It's amazing. Pretty cool. Yeah, you can see the pile I've created since we started the live stream. I started a live stream, there was nothing on there. A little hour and 20 minutes, this is what we did. Motion sickness, maybe it's because you're viewing it through the camera. It's not too bad when you're in the machine. So I try to keep you guys steady on the mount, you know. Like I said, the mount was broken. I kind of forgot about the mount, and I found in the back of my Jeep. Actually, there's my Jeep in the background. Love that little Jeep. There's videos on my main channel. You're gonna have to go back and check that out. I keep that old beast running. It's an 04 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Love that Jeep. But I found my mount, and I forgot it was broken. I'm like, yeah, that's not helping my cause. And in order to live streams, I got to kind of keep the mount up on the thing. I'll clean the windshield real quick. I can see a raindrop. There you go. Motion. You know what? That's funny you bring that up about motion sickness. Look, you can see a little bit of yellow paint. Must have been part of the highway. Double yellow line here, and see it. Hold on. See if I can find that piece. Oh, there it is, right there. Just rolled down. Yellow paint. I don't normally get motion sickness, but when I go fishing, like offshore fishing, I haven't done it in years, I have to take Dramamine because I do get motion sickness. It's a horrible feeling. Horrible. Flip you guys around. You guys can see who's talking. Yeah, yesterday the sun was shining. I already got sun. Wow, through the glass. I usually don't get sun like that until May. The sun was strong yesterday. That's the only thing working in a glass bubble like this. There's glass all around me. Glass here in front of me. You guys are connected to glass. There's glass all the way around this whole cab. I'll take you guys down. I'll show you. And it acts like a screen. It's like a screen house. You know? It's glass everywhere. Here's the controls. It's missing the vent. Here's your foot controls. Here's your, what's that, curl out. That curls out. So towards the glass, that's horrible, rookie move. Curl into your leg, that curls the bucket. You push the stick out, that's gonna push, that's gonna curl. No, that, I'm trying to do this one hand. This is horrible. Sorry for the camera. Yeah. But anyways, you got your controls. Here's your swing control right here. So this booms out the stick. The stick booms in and out with the left joystick. Right here, out, and then back towards you, and then this is your swing. It's starting to rain. I'm over winter. This is your swing, left and right. Out towards the window is your swing left, and then back towards yourself, swings right. There's my mount. There's my screws. Gotta love it. Things I do for YouTube. Tighten that up. Absolutely. It is like a big video game, dude. That's why I fell in love with this stuff, man. I fell in love with running equipment at a very young age, and very dangerous, like you said earlier in the stream. Which will this will be a video later on, so you guys can go back and check it out. Live streams are hard though. A lot of people don't re-watch your live streams, but I always put it up in case somebody wants to check in on them. Anyways, yeah, you mentioned that earlier in the stream about how this can be unsafe, and yes, there is a lot of things can go wrong. Things break, hydraulic lines blow apart, and yeah, close encounters when you work with crews. I've worked with many crews over the years, and you got people underneath your bucket, and you know, doing stuff like this gives me an opportunity to film and kind of share some of my knowledge and live stream with you guys. But like working with the crews, it's very difficult to film, and I just would never do it. It is a safety factor that you have to factor in when you're doing this job. And but yes, it is like a big video game. I enjoy it big time. I enjoy it. They got video game simulators you can pick up for your PC. Go get yourself a seat, some joysticks. You could do this stuff. I found a guy through watching live streams, just scrolling, you know, trying to find new channels that are, to me, interesting. There's a lot of nonsense out there, but to other people, they must love it. But anyways, to me, I try to find channels that are interesting, what I'm interested in. Anyways, I found this guy. Yeah, he's an operator like me. He's out in California. He's in the Union, small world. And yeah, he does a construction simulator. Very cool. Not my cup of tea, but cool for him. I'm not into, you know what I mean? This is how I look at it. I do this for a living. There's no hell and no way that I'm going home to play a video game running equipment. It's not happening. To each his own. Do what you want. But I'm just not into running. I'd rather just, I don't know. Like I said, I got other hobbies. I like building motors. I like mechanics. I like tools. I don't know. I'm a guy's guy, man. Another phone call. I'm gonna wrap up the live stream anyways. We've been going for quite a while, so sorry if you guys are kind of popping in and out with no audio. It's on a phone call. But yeah, I think we'll wrap this live stream. Pretty good live stream. Probably one of the longest ones we've done. Had a lot of communicating in it. A lot of questions were asked. A lot of good questions were asked. So until next live stream, guys, you know, check out the channel. You might like some of the shorts I post. I post a lot of shorts. I like shorts. They're fast. They're fun. I like adding music to them. So, and I do my long form videos at least once a week. I post a long form video. I've got a cool playlist put together about blue collar work. Go check that out if you're interested. Until next time, guys, stay dirty. Peace.